Hi friends, it's Paula from PSENCreations. Welcome and thank you for joining me today. So today I want to do a tutorial on using one of these pumpkin frames that you can pick up from the Dollar Tree. You can actually get these from different locations. The Dollar Tree has one, but if you're a crafter and you're looking for these, there's some online retailers that also sell them. Craft Outlet, I believe Deco Exchange has them. Places like that, but this one is from the Dollar Tree. Now these are hard to do something with. A lot of people have difficulties. I have never done anything with these, so this is my first time. And the other thing that people do with them is they like wrap yarn around them. I'm not going to do that method. I've seen videos of people doing that method. I'm sure that the method that I'm going to try has been done by people. I didn't necessarily look and find a video that they did this. It's the idea popped in my head and I'm like, oh, it might look nice that way. So I just have some jute twine, my hot glue gun, and some fabric. I will most likely be using this because I think this is very, it will fit into fall. My idea is also to use florals and do a bow here as well. So not everything is going to be from the Dollar Tree, but I will let you know what I use that's not from the Dollar Tree. In most cases, or most likely, the bow or the ribbon that I use for the bow is not going to be from the Dollar Tree. The florals that I use may or may not be from the Dollar Tree. It'll be a mixture of maybe from the Dollar Tree, from Joann's, Michael's. Walmart has really good florals as well. So I'm going to put these aside. So all I'm going to do, and this jute twine actually is from the Dollar Tree, but I do have some that I've purchased that I've been using for a while now. It's almost actually empty, from another local store that we have here in my area called Ollie's. But so my idea is I am literally going to wrap jute twine. So it's going to be time consuming. So you're not going to see all this on the video. I'm not even going to fast forward it because it's not even worth putting it on here. But I'm literally going to find a spot. I'm going to start on that spot. So I think I'm going to start right here. And you can tie it if you want to, just as a starting point. Again, I've never done this. I'm sure somebody has. I'm sure that there is a video out there already, but I didn't take the time to look to see if there was. It just a thought that popped in my head. And I was like, yeah, let's try it. And with my hot glue, I don't think throughout the whole thing, but in many places, I'm just going to put a bead of hot glue just to give me that secureness. So like I said, I probably won't be doing it up and down the whole thing, the hot glue, because once you start wrapping it, you'll be okay. Now, another thing you can do is you can cut pieces. Maybe it's a little bit better than just having the roll like I'm doing right now. So I just wanted to do a little bit on camera, and then I will go off camera. This is literally what I'm going to do for the entire frame, guys. The entire frame. Now, I may not do the stem, because the stem won't be visible. It'll be accessible from the back because that's how I'm going to hang this, but it won't be visible because I'm going to have my bow and I'm going to have my florals and all that other good goobly gop that's going to be up in that area. So, so again, this is time consuming. I will try to let you know how long roughly it takes me. I may do it in stages. I may do it during a movie. But like I said, oh, I don't know what I did here. I did some kind of tanglement. And that's another reason why I may like Oh, so you can do it like loosey-goosey, right? Just do it like this, and then just roll it on up. I just figured that out. So just go around a bunch of times. Just make sure that you're not going around. And then pull it. See what I did there? And then bunch it up to the top. Pull it, bunch it up. Now you can have it tight, you can have it loose, however you prefer. Obviously, if you do it tight, it's going to take more. So I don't know if one is going to be enough. Now, because I have that, I'm just going to add a bead of hot glue right there for my next. And now I'm not going to lose that I just did, right? So again, just do a bunch of times. Now don't do it too much and then come to find out that like you have a knot somewhere. So that's the only thing that I say, just do it in little stages and phases. Okay, so see, I did a bunch of them, and now I'm going to pull it tight, and I'm just going to pull it tight. And you're going to pull it tight just because if not, some of them will end up being looser, and then they just don't look right. I'm going to add another hot bead of glue there, so I don't want to lose that work. And I'm going to continue on. All right, so you guys get the point of what I'm going to do here. I will be back. So here's what we have so far. Oh, sorry guys. Here's what we have so far. So this will obviously be cut off, but it doesn't really matter because that's the back of it. So I'm going to do this same thing on every single piece of bar of this, with the exception of the stem. I'll be back and I will let you know how long roughly it took me to do it. Okay guys, so I wanted to come back. It's been about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, and this is how much I've gotten done so far. So I still have, so I've gotten 2 sections done. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections left. So so one thing to note, I did find that it was easier just to cut a piece off and do it that way. Another thing is, if this is Dollar Tree twine, there is twine everywhere, little particles of twine everywhere, and there's a lot of the twine that is lumpy. That's actually why I had to cut, because there was a huge, let me show you guys. There was this whole gnat in the thing, so I ended up having to cut it because of that. So keep that in mind. If you can or have different twine, that's great. If not, that's okay, because we're going to do something to the twine, which I'm sure that many of you know about, once we're done with the whole frame. So I just wanted to give you an update. About 25 minutes to do this portion of the pumpkin frame so far. All right, I'll be back when I'm done. Okay guys, so I finished. So it took about an hour to do all the jute twine. Again, if you do it looser or if you do it any other way, maybe use different twine, it might work out better. I chose to use this twine, Dollar Tree. Again, you can get these in 3 packs at the Dollar Tree. This is what I used. But so here's what it looks like. So now you see it has a lot of fringes and stuff. Now please, 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 please be very careful if you do try doing this. But if you have a lighter, you can, again, be very careful. It gives it this rustic, clean look. Be very, 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 very careful, making sure that you're not starting any type of Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area too. That's a good idea. So here's the difference. So these were done, right? You see less, and then these were not. So I'm just going to continue that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have it all cleaned up. Love how it looks. If you see it in person, can't really tell here, but there's a few like little charred marks. So it gives it that rustic vibe, and I love that. Okay, so now I'm just taking these scarves. You can use any fabric that you might have. And the idea is I'm going to somehow cover this so that you're still seeing the twine, but so I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I got to think about it. I have to figure out how you make it look so that it's not crazy looking. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something like this, and then I would hot glue and have it hit right here. All right, so that's what I'm going to try. I wonder if I should double these up. Let's see. Just folding my scarf in half, laying it down. Maybe I'll start from the bottom. And again, I want to give enough so that it bends down. So if I hot glue this like this, I'm going to try something. I'm cutting where the crossbars of the pumpkin frame are. And now I'm simply going to take that. I'm going to put a bead of glue. I had to plug in my glue gun again. And I'm just wrapping my scarf around. I'm doing the second layer of the scarf. And I'm just going to continue that throughout the whole bottom, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so I ended up scrapping the first idea that I mentioned, which was taking this and placing it down and gluing it, it just didn't work out. At least for me, it didn't. So instead, I thought, well, this is cute and fun. So all I'm doing is I'm taking these scarves, right? These are Dollar Tree scarves, and I am going to cut them just following the pattern. So I'm going to cut this, cut this, cut this, cut this, going this way versus that way. Okay, so that's what I did here. So that's what I'm just going to continue to do. This is actually a small one. So you want to cut the whole, well, the way that I'm doing it is I'm cutting a whole square. So this is what you'll end up having, right? So when I did the first one, I started with, and all I did was just tie it on. You can definitely glue it on as well if you wanted that extra security. So all I did was I started with the white, right? And then I did the black, and then I just alternated. And so when I started the second row, I started with the black and then the white, black, white. And so my next one will be black. So I'm just taking the strip, putting it, and I'm kind of trying to stay even with where I put the one on the other side. And now I'm going to end it with the white. Okay, so see, it's just funky. It's fun. So now this one, I'm going to start on this row. And since I ended with the white, I'm going to start with the black. No, I'm going to start with the white. You start with, well, I'm starting with whatever color I ended with. And again, I want to make it as even as I can with where this one is over here on the previous. Doesn't have to be perfect. I think it's going to look pretty cool. And I'm just going to continue the pattern, black, white, black, white, black, white. And I'm probably going to have to cut up my next scarf. So in total, I'll probably use 2 scarves. You can use more, you can use less. I probably won't use, I don't think I'll use the full 2, but actually you might be using 3 scarves. So I ended with the black. So the next one that I want to start with is the black. And I'm going to have to cut more scarf. I actually had to throw away 1 scarf, or half of the scarf actually, so this is really half of a scarf because I couldn't salvage what happened to the other one. Now, one thing I will say is I am cutting off the ends. So all the way around, I am cutting off the ends because it gives it that, more of that frayed look, right? And you can wait to cut it. Like you can cut your strip and then cut the ends off if you want. It's not going to be a perfect cut anyways, so check my cutting. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Paula from PSENCreations. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I do this, I do wreaths. I try to do a little bit of here and there of different things. I'm trying to do more things on video and stuff. I do a lot of different things like on my own, but I don't always do a tutorial or a live. I'm also on Facebook. PSENCreations is my business page on Facebook as well. And on Facebook, I do Facebook Lives. Usually on Mondays is the main day that I do my Facebook Lives. This past Monday, I did this beautiful floral arrangement. It is a fall floral arrangement using an old wooden shutter. So stop by my Facebook page, PSENCreations, and like and follow me there as well. Sometimes I will copy over my Facebook Live videos over to YouTube, so that's where you'll see some of those videos come from. And sometimes, like this one, I actually do a tutorial where I'm actually filming just for YouTube and not necessarily a live. I thought about doing Facebook Lives, YouTube Lives as well. And I may do that. I just have to come up with a schedule. But I am for sure on Mondays, unless something changes with my schedule. I go on at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook. Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern. But if you are new here, I hope you consider subscribing to my channel as well. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified when I do upload or go live or really do anything on my my YouTube channel. So I ended with the white, so I'm going to start with the white. Now I didn't do the outer bar. I don't think that there's a need to do the outer bar. I think it looks nice if you don't do the outer bar. This is what it's looking like. It's different, right? It's different. Who doesn't like different? A lot of people. But how neat is this? So if you wanted to leave this just like this, then you've only at this point used only Dollar Tree items. The jute that I used was from the Dollar Tree. Again, I did mention about it though. There was clumps and sometimes it was very irregular, but if that's what you have, that's what you have. The pumpkin frame obviously did come from the Dollar Tree. And these scarves are from the Dollar Tree as well. So if you wanted to leave it just like this and have something different, but that's still very, very rustic, very farmhouse, very unique, I think it's awesome. You can also do flowers, and again, the Dollar Tree does come out with ribbon, so you can totally do ribbon from the Dollar Tree as well, and flowers. So, which is what we're going to do. The ribbon and the flowers will not be from Dollar Tree. The flowers might. I mentioned that at the beginning of the video as well. Some of my florals may be from the Dollar Tree. So comment below. I would love to know if you've used one of these Dollar Tree pumpkin frames. And if you have, I would love for you to share the picture of it. I also have, actually, let me mention, I also have a free private group on Facebook. It's PSENCreations Crafting Studio. And it's just a page where you can go and you can share your designs and see other creators' designs on the page. And when people go live on Facebook or YouTube, it gets mentioned on there as well. You can share to that page to let people know about lives that are happening. The only thing that that page is not there for is for you to sell if you sell items. Anything else, no selling or promoting items or sell. But those groups are so great to try to grow the creative community and get ideas, right? Get ideas. You might see somebody did something some way, and then you think to yourself, well, that's really cool. And then you kind of put your spin to it, right? I will tell you guys, I did search on YouTube to try to see, has anybody ever done the pumpkin frame from the Dollar Tree? And I did find some, but a lot of people that I found were doing the yarn method. Shows you how much these don't move. I was trying to move that one and it wasn't moving. I didn't even knot it that hard. But so that's why me doing this like this may spark an idea in your mind, and you'll be like, oh my God, what if you do this different? What if I do this differently? And then you have a creative piece. Black and white. All right, so you do use about 1.5 scarves. Might not even be like a whole half of the second scarf. I probably should have measured the scarf, but yeah, no, it's probably 1.25 scarf. Again, I ended up having to throw away probably half of my other scarf because of my first attempt. All right. Oh my God. I love how it turned out. Look how cute that is. So like if you just wanted to leave it like this, just put the twine right here and then just hang it like this, right? Or if you didn't want to do a bow, you can just do the twine and maybe just add a sunflower here. Maybe just add a sunflower up here. Oh, how cute is that, right? Look at that. That's adorable. So maybe we'll do that. Because I think you can totally get, let's keep this as Dollar Tree friendly as possible. We're going to make this a Dollar Tree pumpkin idea all the way through. So we're not going to do ribbon. So what that means is I'm going to plug in my hot glue gun. And I'm going to grab my jute again because I am going to wrap this sucker around. Oh, you know what you can do? You can actually wrap it so that it actually looks like a true... Let me think. Give me a second. Let me think. So tie it here to start it off. So you have to have a starting point always, right? Oh. Oh. Sometimes tying it is a pain in the tuchus. And what if you did... Let me think about this. I'm going to cut this though because I don't want... I'm going to wrap the bottom first. So I'm just wrapping this bottom bar right here. I should cut it shorter so I didn't have to do all this. I'm trying to think if I have any sunflowers that are okay, so here's what I was thinking. So instead of going around just the bar, I'm going to go around the whole thing. Hopefully I did enough jute for that, because I just don't want to have to restart it. There might be a little bit of a gap, but okay, I think I may have to, hold on, hot glue it in order for it to stay, because it doesn't want to. It might just be at the beginning that I have to do that. Pain in my tuchus. I'm just holding it there for a second, guys. Okay, I'm gonna keep going around. Of course, this one doesn't have to be perfect. Just go around. This is where I didn't do enough, so I'm going to have to start another one. Bummer deal. So do you see the concept? What I was saying, just do it like this. I don't like that, but that's okay. We'll deal with that. I shouldn't eat this much, but so at the top, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to weave it through. I can smell the the burnt jute. So I'm going to weave it through just like I did the other part of the pumpkin. Not the easiest to do, but it's going to look amazing. See if you had something to like poke it through. Like you can totally use the scissors. You just need a little bit to poke through and then you can grab it. This is where it gets a little difficult because you have the irregular, this is like a thick part of the jute from the Dollar Tree jute. So it's just a little thick. And it doesn't want to push through. Actually, I'm going to try doing this maybe. Yes. I feel like we're almost done, yet not. cute, right? And you can still hang it from there. And what we can do, hold on guys. Okay, so these are all, I know for sure, from the Dollar Tree. Everybody knows that this is their, sorry guys, you can't even see it. The tag from the Dollar Tree, you can't see it. It's just, it's too bright. So we're gonna take these. Bunch a few of them up. Let's see how we're gonna add them to the design. I'm gonna add this mum too. It's beautiful. And we're gonna add one of these gorgeous orange ones. Maybe we'll just do the sunflowers and not the mums. How's that? So should we just add them like this? What do you guys think? Do we want a little bit more? That's cute. It's simple, but it's cute, right? So let's go ahead and see about putting these through. I'm going to cut the stems a little bit more. We have to cut more, but I'm just going to hot glue, a bunch of hot glue. I'm just going to poke it through. This is just gorgeous. Yes. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to add a little bit more hot glue. And I'm going to make sure that this is, oh Lord, I did do what I did. I accidentally cut the jute. On accident. There we go. Just gonna add a little bit more glue to this one right here. Some hotness. I'm just coming in and adding a little bit more hot glue, guys. Now, if you feel like this needs something more, just add it. But I love the simplicity of this. It's cute, it's simple. Absolutely screams fall. All right, guys, I hope you truly enjoyed this project. I kept it all Dollar Tree items completely. It's something different, something a little unique. And yeah, so here's how it looks with the beautiful flowers, and you can hang it. You can hang it from here, showcase those flowers. You can add more flowers. Like I said, you can add a bow if you wanted to. I wish that I had some Dollar Tree fall ribbon so I can show you guys. Wonder if you can do something with this. No. No. This would be a no. We're just seeing what we have here. And it really doesn't do anything. Doesn't really add anything. You just see it from the back a little bit. If you wanted to do something like that, I guess you could do that. Again, it doesn't really add anything, so I don't know if I'd necessarily do that. But you can totally add more flowers if you wanted to. Maybe we add them up here. Oh, that might be nice. What do you guys think of that? Well, I just took it off the stem. Whoops. Let's actually glue it. Oh, look at that. What do you guys think of that? It's kind of cute. And you can still hang it. Okay. All right, this is it. I hope you guys like it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try something like this out. You know, if you see a Dollar Tree pumpkin, try something cute, something different. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people do the curl with a small mesh. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of yarn. I've seen people do the basket weave with the yarn or with the jute rope. But I thought this was cute. This was different. Obviously, this was not my first idea. but I think it turned out absolutely adorable. All right, guys, thanks so much. Again, my name is Paula from PSENCreations. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video or I go live. I also have a Facebook page, PSENCreations on Facebook, where I do lives every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, in addition to other pop-up lives as well on there. So thanks so much, guys, and have a wonderful evening.